was like on the ground when the earthquake struck. Check in with CNN meteorologist Pedram Javahari. Pedram.
Yeah, Fanula, conditions out there about 4:30 in the morning, as you mentioned there, and conditions, of course, folks being sound asleep in an area that is very much tectonically active when it comes to large quakes, but haven't really seen one quite to this magnitude. The last large one they had was in 1977 at a 6.1, but follow the Pacific plate and where it meets there with the Australian plate, where we get the really large-scale quakes once in a while, and that's exactly what they saw earlier in the morning hours. And there it is, about 30 kilometers west of Christchurch was the exact location of it. A very sparsely populated region, but when you go just south of that, and you can see a 5.7 right there being an aftershock that followed the major quake that was a 7.0, and I'm hearing we also have a soundbite here right now from an eyewitness that we want to share with you. Take a listen.
The house is still shaking. Now we're having many, many aftershocks. We have a pool in our back garden and it's half empty. We have no power. It is quite scary.
Yeah.
And I just said there are buildings down in Christchurch.
Here in Christchurch, of course, being a large region population at about 380 or so thousand folks living out there in Christchurch. This again being northwest of Christchurch, where the closest region for population around the Oxford area and also Darfield, population about 1,500 to 2,000 people. And you can again follow the color contours, that being the reds and the oranges, very severe to strong shaking in the least populated regions, but work your way towards Christchurch and notice how the number in the population there increases, but the shaking intensity decreases, and that's the good news, but very modern city. So we're talking about a lot of buildings that could see some damage associated with this, Fanula.
Pedram, thanks very much indeed. Now from New Zealand to the